You ever sit there and watch a movie and say to yourself, you know, there's some good performances, some solid direction, some beautiful cinematography, good story beats throughout the narrative, but by the time you get to the end of the movie and you walk out of the theater, you just say to yourself, this movie wasn't for me. And unfortunately, that's how I feel about the Bikeriders. As I said, I thought the performances were pretty solid, especially from Jodie Comer and Austin Butler. Speaking of Jodie Comer first, it's really her movie. Like, this movie is really kind of told from her perspective. Let me tell you, when you first hear her accent, at least for me, I'm like, oh, this is going to be annoying. But you kind of grow to appreciate her character and seeing everything from her perspective. But let me talk about Austin Butler here for a second. This man is a goddamn movie star. This man has like maybe a handful of lines, and it doesn't matter because his goddish looks just carry this film. This man has aura and charisma out of his ass. Tom Hardy, he's a great actor, one of my favorites. He's okay. There's not a lot of, and that's kind of where I lean into my negatives with this film. There's not a lot of depth to these characters. There's not a lot of depth in the development of the story. I will say the first half reminded me so much of one of my favorite Martin Scorsese film, which is Goodfellas, and it has a lot of those vibes in the first half of the movie. You're watching this biker club as they're coming to be, the origins of them, and slice of life Americana type of story. But as it goes along, again, by the time you get to the midpoint and once you get to the end, characters just kind of feel hollow. The story doesn't, just things just happen, and you're just kind of like, how do we get to this point? By no means is this a terrible movie. It just wasn't for me as far as how the things unfold. Characters are just there. We just have moments where drinking and smoking and hanging around, and that just kind of weared on me at a certain point. But again, Austin Butler, you're a megastar. Jodie Comer continues to prove that she's one of the best actresses in Hollywood, and Tom Hardy's good. He's a good compliment. There's other, you know, Michael Shannon and some other performances that are okay, but again, it just didn't really move the needle for me. So I'm pretty sure people in bike culture will appreciate it because there is some really great moments of people riding their bikes. You know, the idea of these outcasts trying to find a group, I like that. But like I said, as the movie goes, it becomes less of that and becomes something else. It just didn't vibe for me. So Bikeriders was okay, but if you've seen it, if you loved it, good for you. Let me know your thoughts on it. But if you saw it and you were like me and it's like, it didn't really work for me, let's talk about it in the comments below. You know, in the comments what you thought of the performances, and was it just me, or again, is Austin Butler just a mega star?